people can't do math. You ask a group of 500, did you have math as one of your better subjects in school? Most of them no. The reason is, the part of the brain that does math is the prefrontal cortex. And if that is corroded, with the idea that you hate yourself. You see, you can't have self-esteem if you think that your hair is bad, your color is wrong, your nose is wrong, your lips are. You can't have self-esteem if you don't have race esteem. Mm-hmm. Well, my great-grandmother put into my head, you know, that I was great. I was good. I looked good. My hair was beautiful. And therefore that helped me to keep my prefrontal cortex clear that I could do math. My children grew up majoring in math. My grandchildren grew up majoring in math. Because I taught them at my knee. Their prefrontal cortex was clear. Now, let me tell you what. So because of that, I ascended to high level in my business, which was a life insurance business. I became president of my company. In addition to becoming president, there was a national organization of insurance companies that had workshops every year at a university. This particular year, in 1968, I was head of the faculty teaching executive management at Dillard University in New Orleans. So I invited my class one day. I said, would you like to come with me down into the old French Quarter and learn something about the auction block? And they said yes. So we stood there beside, in front of the auction block. There was a platform about 4 feet high, the steps leading up to it, and I said, now look at the scars and the scratches on the surface of this auction block. And they said, oh, it's all scarred up there. I said, that was from the dragging of the chains of our mothers and fathers. So there were great doctors on that auction block. There were great lawyers on that auction block. There were mathematicians and singers. The ancestors of the greatest musicians were on that auction block. The piano was invented in Africa. The flute, the xylophone, and there were people who played those instruments on the auction block. We gave reading and writing to the world 9,000 years ago, 7,000 years before Europe wrote its first book, which was Homer's Iliad. So I'm explaining all this to it, and all of a sudden, everything got quiet. And on the auction block, a vision appeared of beautiful, beautifully dressed women and men. Women with beautiful galas. Men with velvet and silk and satin. Finely wrought leather shoes. And I'm looking at this vision. The sound of Old Man River, which was lapping on that stony beach, had faded into nothingness. The murmur of the crowd around me was in silence. And I'm looking at this gorgeous vision, and suddenly, from the auction block, a voice boomed. Edward, tell them who we are. I was transfixed. The vision faded. The murmur of Old Man River came back to my ears. The murmur of the crowd came back alive. That night, we had a graduation of my class, and I was the speaker. And after the speech, people came around me and said, what was that light dancing around my head while you were speaking? And the fourth one told me that. I said, it was just your imagination. But that's why I stayed in the room. But I can't do this by myself. You see, right here are the people who can do it with me. Right in this room. There's such a thing called priming the pump. Now, priming the pump means this. When a pump has not been used for a long time, the water in the valve dries up. And in order to get the pump working again, you have to do a thing called priming it. That means you take a little bit of water and you pour it down where the valve is. That makes that piston swell up and tightens up against the valve. And when you pump it, you get all the water you want. You are the pump primers. There's a little tiny group of people. But with you, we can reach 100,000. You see, you're the ones that can do this. You're the ones that can help me get going. What do you want them to do? Because when we go before moguls, when we go before Oprah Winfrey said we need $60 million for our motion picture. And we have 100,000 people right here who's supporting what we want, which is a motion picture. Let me tell you about the motion picture. During the 30s, and I know all of you who were here during the 30s, raise your hand. They use motion pictures to make you hate communism.